everybody from an absolutely beautiful morning here in Wales. The sun is shining and it's beautifully warm, and I'm very grateful for that. I just thought I'd do a short video about why people come to see me and what a session can help with. I have many times been asked, oh, can your work help me with this or that, like a bad back or depression or anxiety or, any number of things. And for me, the answer is yes, it always has the potential to help with that. I can't specifically say it'll do that because, as I've sort of made clear before, I cannot make anything happen because I know nothing. The system that I'm working with knows everything at an energetic level. And so it's the system that then moves into balance, but I can't make it move into balance. My job is to help the system find the energy and information it needs to remove the blockages, if you like, and help the whole of the system move to balance. And in so doing, anxiety, depression, pain can fall away, but I can't make it happen. So when people ask me a question about can it help with this or can it help with that, my answer is always potentially yes, and I truly believe that. I had an email the other day which showed this really beautifully. It was from a lady in Australia named Heather, who she and her horse had a session with me back in January of this year, obviously distance 12,000 miles away. And I did the sessions, and that was that. I tend not to go looking for feedback, in the sense that if people wish to share their experiences, that's wonderful, but it's not an expectation of mine, and some things might be quite private. And I'm also very open to the fact that people can get in touch and say, well, actually I didn't feel any change. As I said, I can't make anything happen. My sincere intention and wish and belief is that change will happen, but it is as it is, and somebody might not be ready to make that shift. Anyway, back to the email. It was just so interesting because I knew nothing about Heather. She just asked for a session. And then I had the email back, and it showed how so much of her anxiety and way of being had changed for the better. So her anxiety had dropped away. And when she went to see one of the practitioners she regularly sees, they immediately commented on the difference in her and sort of asked what had she done, because this sort of constant switched on state, as Heather describes it, had disappeared. And Heather herself describes herself as a scientist, a skeptic, and a top-down thinker. So she was sort of almost reluctant to think that a session, which basically was by intention and from someone 12,000 miles away, could have any effect, let alone quite a big effect. And yet it did. And she, bless her, has stepped into it so gracefully and beautifully, and with great appreciation, realising the changes that have occurred in her. And she's now teaching other psychologists and mentioning this work. And that's not a case of, oh, here's a sort of a business ticket, go see this person. It's also a case of opening up the minds of other people, because, as Heather herself said, she was obviously willing to try it. She wouldn't have come to me, but there was a strong resistance in it within her as well, as to, oh, don't be so daft, this can't work. And yet it has. And so anybody that can go out there and help other people realise that there is another way to heal, and that's them healing themselves, to me is just worth so much. It's priceless, because I could go out there and advertise all I like, but the words of somebody who's experienced it and felt the benefit is worth more than money can buy, as far as I'm concerned, because that's authentic and it's coming from source, from the person that has experienced it. And for the fact of another practitioner to actually notice the change in her without being prompted at all. Heather made that quite clear, that she didn't say anything to her what she'd been doing, but the practitioner noticed the difference. So, you know, with people, it can help on all sorts of levels. And we are one whole being, so you can't separate emotion from the physicality, the mental stuff from your physicality. So it's all tied in together. So when you can make a positive shift on one level, it affects the whole of you at every level. And that's what I tend to see now, is that something shifts and everything opens up for people. And then we come to animals, which obviously the what is, I'm going to put inverted commas, wrong with the animal is the perception of the human, of the person looking after them, being you know, a horse, a dog, a cat, or whatever. You know, they're lame in the left front leg or whatever. But again, we have all these layers, and there can be a tightness in the body due to emotional stuff that can then cause the horse, let's say a horse, to be lame. And if you can release the emotional stuff, the lameness goes away. And again, I'm sure there's many vets out there who'll think, yeah, right, okay. But I've seen it, and, you know, whatever, it does happen. I had a lovely report back from a lady I worked with one of her mares in California. And this mare was she's a Mustang mare, and she was very, I'm not going to say shut down, she wasn't by the sound of it, and I'm not going to try and put words in there, but she wasn't connecting and relating to this lady very much, to her owner. And after the session, she actually whinnied at her when she saw her for the first time in, I don't know, a couple of years that she's had her. So, you know, it's not as though this lady came to me to say, oh, can you get my horse to connect to me? Or can you get my horse to whinny when I walk in the pasture? But that was the result of the session. And that has so many layers that you can look at, that the horse is relaxed, the horse is connecting, the horse is aware, all of these different things. And that difference in that horse will be reflected in its physicality as well, I'm absolutely sure, because there is a release. And horses, unlike us, are totally connected within themselves. So who knows where that will go. So it was just thought I'd put this little video together on this lovely morning to say there are no boundaries in how a session can help. I cannot guarantee what might change, or if any change will occur. All my job is to be is a clear catalyst, a clear facilitator to help the system itself do the work. I hope that is clear. I don't know. Anyway, lovely to speak to you on this morning, and wishing you all an absolutely beautiful day. Love and hugs from me now. Take care.